Hello, my name is David Candler, Senior Director of Customer Solutions at Veritone, and this is my friend Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily from Base. We've been working with Veritone since 2017 on a cloud-based distribution service. In this example, Base provide the cloud storage and the accelerated file transfer, but I'll let David provide some more information.
Okay, so starting with Veritone, we're a global enterprise AI company, and we work across multiple industries from media and entertainment, sport, energy, government, legal, etc. We've built an AI operating system called AIware, which has over 20 cognitive categories of AI engine. And then on top of that, we built a number of applications, which we'll be speaking about today, and some of those focus on sports. So how we play in Veritone in sports, with Veritone Sports, we're about two things effectively. We use AI to create efficiencies in operations, but we also use AI to create monetization opportunities for sports federations. So Digital Mediahub is a cloud-native asset management platform built for monetization, and we'll be talking about that. Live event services, we're currently at Flushing Meadows for the US Open, where we're aggregating content and distributing it to the federation's stakeholders. We have AIware integrations with the likes of Inter Milan, so we're integrating our AI capabilities into their own existing media asset management platforms for discovery purposes. Content licensing, we have nearly 19 years of experience of content licensing for major sports federations like the French Tennis Federation, USGA, the US Open, etc. And even we do ethical voice cloning. What is ethical voice cloning? It's the opposite to deepfake, so we're creating your voice, but the ethical piece is that the person that we're cloning has to sign off on it. And in sports, that could be any broadcaster or famous celebrity where we need to do a podcast or a sponsorship piece, but then we can automatically transform it into over 70 international languages to get that content out there, and others. So today we're talking about our involvement with the Nürburgring 24, an amazing event. Basically amazing, it's the 50th year that this has happened in Germany, and the on-site visitors is nearly 250,000 people, which makes it one of the biggest live sporting events in the world. You've got over 135 cars taking part and over 800 drivers over 24 hours. So this is happening on the North Loop and the Grand Prix track of the Nürburgring, and we work with SPORTTOTAL and partners like EMPA and Base. So our key customer, SPORTTOTAL, they own the rights to all of the media during the event. And there's some information up here, but what I'm going to do, I've got a few videos from our partners, and I'll let Matthias, the managing director, explain a bit more about SPORTTOTAL.
The 24 Hours of Nürburgring is the biggest motorsport event in the world. This year we celebrated the 50th edition with a unique mix of teams and drivers from grassroots motorsport to elite GT3 teams. Overall, almost 140 cars in different classes are competing in one race, and all this on the world's most iconic racetrack, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. SPORTTOTAL Live has more or less the role as promoter of the event. That means we bought the commercial rights as well as the TV and streaming rights and market them worldwide. For us and our partners, maximizing the media output is absolutely key. Veritone supports us and our stakeholders to make the most efficient use of the fascinating images which are filmed during the event, thereby helping us grow the profile of the event for the next 50 years to come.
So maximizing the media during the event, how do we do that? So one of our applications, which is powered by the AIware platform, is Digital Mediahub. And this little diagram down on the left here is the problem that we're solving. So on the left, you've got production, traditional broadcast production, digital production, who are creating, VNR's live event footage. They're creating press packs, etc., etc. Previously, all content that's commissioned could have been by multiple different production partners, etc., and they're in disparate silos. There was no metadata, there's no way of finding it. If you can't find content, you can't utilize it for anything downstream. So everything that was commissioned by any of the production partners, that's all fed into the Mediahub. And then basically we apply AIware, or AI, for discoverability. and we'll come on to that in a moment. But once you've got that locked, then basically any of your stakeholders, whether they're broadcasters globally, whether they're press associations, whether they're sponsors, manufacturers, teams, they can be provided with access, some free, some paid, which is for monetization as well. So you've solved that problem, and then you're building an archive for future use. So hopefully the next 50 years of the Nürburgring 24, they'll be able to use a lot of that content. North, you see archive licensing. That goes back to the licensing services that we do. We focus on North America, and we represent major archives like the French tennis, US Open, and we sell to documentary filmmakers, agencies, networks all over the year. This is a multi-million-dollar business for us. But you can license yourself through the platform. Or you could have a third party. And then south, you've got through third party integrations, you can feed that media into your OTT platforms, your social media platforms, et cetera, et cetera. Here's a little bit more about how we actually use Digital Media Hub through the event. Veritone's involvement with the Nürburgring 24 is that we are providing Veritone Digital Media Hub, which aggregates all of the content which is being uploaded by various production partners. Digital Media Hub is AI powered, and it's integrated with our AI operating system called AIware, which has over 20 cognitive categories of engines. In this case, what's really important to this event is to have things like logo recognition, because we've got multiple sponsors just like any other event, and they need to see how they were represented. We've also got OCR, optical character recognition, so we can look at any text which is displayed, whether it's a leaderboard or again, any kind of logo with written word. And then finally, we're using speech to text or machine transcription to listen to the audio. So stakeholders can get onto Digital Media Hub, find the assets, but most importantly, find the moments in the assets that they need, instantly access, download for multiple downstream use cases. I do have more than one shirt. This is not the same one. But some of our partners, so as well as SPORTTOTAL, EMPA, they're the audio-visual communication for motorsports company based out in Germany. So they're creating content and distributing through the event. And then I'm just going to hand over to Emily to describe a bit more about what BASE do with us.
Thanks, David. I won't go on for too long, so I appreciate we're between you and lunch. But essentially, we centralize vast digital media libraries and enable people to work collaboratively and remotely, which I know has been touched on earlier, for teams across all different locations at one different time, but providing one source of truth for the content. And with Veritone, over the years, we've worked successfully to create a unique solution that combines the Veritone Digital Media Hub with the BASE cloud storage and accelerated file transfer solutions. These are built on the IBM cloud. And as a result of this, we've enabled our customers successfully to deliver their content enriched with metadata securely and quickly to their partners, broadcasters, editors, securely and most importantly, very quickly. So I'll hand back to David.
So let's hear from Nico from EMPA and Ben, the CEO of BASE, on a bit more about how they work with Veritone and in particular this event.
EMPA is a sports rights marketing and distribution agency focused on automotive and motorsport. The key challenges was always, how can we provide the content quickly, comprehensively, and in a way that supports our stakeholders in finding the images that they need. Veritone offers the ideal solution, providing a cloud-based service as well as the AI functionalities, which help us and the stakeholders to find and identify the fitting images for their communication.
BASE and Veritone teamed up in 2017 to create a fully cloud-based distribution service for the sports market. So the partnership between BASE and Veritone is quite unique. BASE is the foundational infrastructure for storage and accelerated file transfer, and Veritone's AIware stack and Digital Media Hub sits on top of our infrastructure to allow the customer to log in and seamlessly access their data.
So, turning back with you, Emily, we've worked for many years, as we spoke about. Because we're talking about Nürburgring 24, we've decided to focus on motorsports here. But as I say, we're really agnostic across sports. Our solutions for monetization and AI are agnostic. But we've done some great things together, and here are a few of our customers.
Yeah, so I'm sure the logos are pretty familiar to quite a few of you, and we have quite an extensive list of motorsport examples, all of which are slightly unique. So if you're looking at kind of Formula E compared to Extreme E, for those that don't know, Extreme E is a extreme motor racing series that takes place all over the world in extreme conditions. So this could be from the desert on ice caps in Greenland and all sorts. And obviously with the technology that we have and the solutions that we've created, we've enabled these teams around the world to distribute their content from the most remote parts of the world seamlessly, securely, and they can do this between race to race wherever they are. So it's proven to be a fairly successful solution so far. But I mean, the applications of it, even though they are different, the technology is the same, which means it's very flexible and scalable, allowing people to kind of collaborate as and when they need to. I think RPM's a very exciting project, and I'll let David share some more information on that one.
Yeah, RPM is coming up, and for those of you in the UK that remember Steve Ryder from the BBC, this is his collaboration on the Grand Prix archive that he's putting into Digital Mediahub to foster monetization. So that's a really interesting one. But just basically with the base Veritone piece there, the solution is pretty much the same, base providing the transfer and storage, and then Veritone, the intelligent AI-powered asset management platform. Just a couple of examples. I talked about operational efficiencies. When we're at the US Open, if a news story breaks and we want to see all aces by Rafa Nadal with a Rolex logo in the background, we can do that with AI by using multiple cognitive categories, including facial recognition and logo recognition. And we can find that moment immediately. But why would we do that? And it might be an agency like one of IMG's agencies has been commissioned to make a commercial, and they need to see Rafa, with an ace, with a logo. We can do that with AI, and then you can download, and that's a downstream use case. Broadcasters want to find moments, obviously. And then monetization is basically when the rights come back to a rights to an owner, then basically Digital Media Hub is set up with full e-commerce capabilities, or we have our own licensing capabilities as well. But anyway, I know you all want to network and maybe grab something to eat, so we're just about on time. So thank you very much, and thank you to Emily.
Thank you very much, David.
It's been a pleasure to speak to you all.